Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high through the rain, through the fire. This is my cause, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm trying to jump them till I die. Raise a banner, let it fly high through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, and welcome to THFC Till We Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future, of course, under Thomas Frank and the Republic of Ireland manager as well. And what a weekend it has been. By God, I'm still buzzing after Sunday. I am literally still buzzing. I don't know if Tequila is ready to come in. If you can let me know, send me a message or something. I'll bring him in, and we'll get talking about the weekend, and we'll go and start talking about some Tottenham news. But what I want to say, I don't know if he's ready. I'll just check. Is he? Yeah, just let me know in the private chat when you're ready, or come in yourself. You know, you can let yourself in. But guys, yeah, big up. Hope you're all doing well. I look fucking small. I do. I look small. That's better. That's better. I now look like the jolly green giant. Not like a little leprechaun. But anyway, how are we all doing, guys? And yeah, Sunday was mad, wasn't it? Sunday was mental. Mental. I'm still buzzing. Yeah, we'll know tonight, probably the 20th, is Thursday, I think. The draw is on Thursday for the playoffs, and we'll find out who are. Why am I seeing two of you on the screen? I don't know. Oh dear. Yeah, just hide it. I know you can hear me. Just hide it. Just press hide. You got there. Just press hide, bud, and it will hide the screen. Right. Are you okay? Okay. I don't know if he's all right or not. Not yet. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, come in when you're ready. Yeah, wasn't it mad? Anyway, we've got a bit of Spurs news to go through as well. A few Tottenham players have already qualified for the World Cup. We're going to go through that as well. And we're also going to talk about all the latest transfer news. And I've got this new little gadget I found today that lets me know all the latest news, what we're going to talk about. And firstly, what we are going to talk about is a massive thank you to you guys. Because I did the watch along on Sunday and did it. I thought I was doing nothing anyway. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to cover the Ireland game. Come in. And and the reaction the video has got, and the video, it's the reaction it's got, the viewership that the bunch of subscribers that have joined the channel and everything. I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. Absolutely a massive thank you. I cannot believe how well that watch along did. Maybe because of the game and the joy of the game and us scoring in the last minute deep into it. I think we scored later than Tottenham did against Ajax all them years ago to reach the Champions League final. It's just overwhelming, and just a massive thank you to everyone who's liked that. I mean, we've got over 100, nearly 120 likes for that watch along. It's mental. It's mental, and I really am so overwhelmed, but so grateful for it all. We all are. But thank you so much. Really, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing everything you've done. Liking the video, so thank you so much. And yes, and we are going to be covering the playoffs here on THFC Till We Die. We also cover them over in the Fifth Day podcast as well. So do join us for that. We've got a lot coming up this week, guys, as well. We've got shows coming up with the North London Derby. And also we've got an all-time now. A few YouTubers are getting together for me. I'm very grateful for this to Dave Harris over the Irish Hotspur, Spurs Kings as well, and a few other people are sending me a little video of the all-time Tottenham at Arsenal, all-time Spurs 11. Now we're doing it here on the channel as well. I know I've got to do mine. I'm doing mine tomorrow. I may do it with Tequila if Tequila's around. Yeah, we're doing that, and then of course we've got the North London Debate podcast, and then we've got all the build up to the North London Derby on Sunday. So we've got all that to look forward to. Absolutely buzzing. Yeah, well, as I'm coming on live, I know Scotland have taken the lead against Denmark, so they're going to qualify automatically for the World Cup. We know Wales are still 0-0 at the moment, so they looking to get into a gate. They're in the shootout with North Macedonia for a playoff place as well. But I'll get to it in a minute. Well, let's welcome a few people in chat. Big up to Jared, says Dermo, you was on the money calling that result. You did a great show last Sunday, top man. Thank you so much, Gerard. It really means a lot. It really does. Tequila, how are you, bud?
Having internet issues, as you know, Dermo. I've had to literally reboot everything.
Well, I've been having them all day.
I don't know what's going on, mate. I couldn't log into anything. I've had to reboot everything. So
yeah, apparently I couldn't log into it. I thought my computer was hacked at one point today. That's how bad I thought it got.
I don't know what's going on. I know there was something yesterday that happened. There were massive internet outages everywhere, but I don't know if this is like kind of the follow-on from it. I don't know, mate. How are you?
It was probably the all the Irish people jumping on the internet because we won.
Could have been.
It's good. Did you see the games? Any of the highlights of the game on Sunday? By the way.
No, mate. I don't like. I don't like international football. I don't care.
Yeah.
I know. I understand why you do, but as an England fan, I've seen it all before plenty of times, and I have no expectations. It just depresses me, bro.
Well, you did qualify. This is how bad we got, Tequila. After 3 games, we had 1 point, and we lost to Armenia.
Yeah, but that's how bad we got. There's levels. I get why it's more important to you. I get it because you're just happy to be there, and I get it because you're a much smaller nation than us. Well, because we're classed as one of the big boys, and I use that with quotation marks, by the way, big boys, because we certainly don't perform like it. We might get to the tournaments, fair enough, but we certainly don't show up for most of them, dude.
I want to ask you a question actually on that. I was watching Talk Sport today, and they were talking about Jude Bellingham and his frustration of being taken off. And the case of your mate Simon Jordan, saying he didn't have sort of a problem with it. Get on with it. Do you think that shows a sign of a top player or a player that's willing to win? Or do you think, hang on a minute, you want harmony? And that can go to Tottenham as well. Go to harmony in the squad. Are you, as a fan, would you be sort of, say like, I don't know, say Archie Gray got taken off and he threw his boots to the ground and that. Would you have a problem with that? Because I don't.
I don't think I would, but a lot of it would depend on the player himself's performance. So if he was having a stinker, I think it looks a lot worse. If he was having a really good game, even if England were losing, but let's say he was playing really well, then you can see why that would be a different case when it comes to the optics of how it looks.
Yeah.
I mean, we all remember, using Spurs as an example, we all remember what happened to Hossam Ghali, right? I mean, none of us have forgotten that, right? Now, of course, I'm not justifying even in the slightest that what he did was right. Whatever your frustrations, the last thing you do is throw your shirt down. You do not do that, obviously.
No.
But that's just a prime example. But he was having a bad game. But when it's someone like Jude Bellingham, he probably is England's best player. He's certainly playing for, if not the biggest team in the world, then top 2 or 3. He's probably one of the most expensive players in the world. Do I think his ego's gotten a little big? Yeah. Wouldn't yours?
Well, if you're playing for Real Madrid, of course your ego's going to get
Yeah.
big.
So his ego probably has gotten a little big, but he generally performs pretty well. But I think you can't blame him for being frustrated, Dermo. We should be better than we are, but we've been like this for years. This is nothing new for England. We should be much better than we generally are. But we always qualify. I get it. I do get it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get. Look, as I said, after 3 games, we had 1 point, no chance, and I even said to you that we got more chance of qualifying than if we do, it'd be like a Houdini act. And to beat Portugal, which was a big result for us, by the way. And I think you WhatsApped me the day after and said, I think you said more or less that was a big result, and it was. You know me, I always say, even with Tottenham, Tequila, if we win a game, we have to back it up. You have to back that result up. And the way we did it, the way we've done it, and we're into a playoff. We could qualify for our first World Cup since 2002. And also with the people, I know I said it, well, you're up there, but with the people, over nearly 4K views that game's got, we've gained so many new subscribers. So hello to all you new subscribers out there. A massive thank you. I'm very overwhelmed by it, Tequila. I don't know what you want to say to the people that have liked, and nearly 120 likes as well. If you want to say anything to the people,
I'm not sure, because I don't really know. Like, it's obviously primarily a Spurs channel, hence the name. 95% of what we cover is Spurs, obviously, and then you do the odd Ireland game. So it's good to see that. I imagine most of them are Ireland fans, so it's good to see. Maybe that's something you should consider, covering Ireland, every Ireland game. I mean, you do a lot of them anyway, but obviously if there's a demand for it, and it seems like there is, there's a lot of people, obviously. And you're right. It also was, as you've kind of described it, it was an unexpected result, almost kind of a dream result. And it sparks a lot of emotions because, as you correctly said, nobody expected it. So there probably was an awful lot of Irish fans, bless them, as most football fans would have been, to get a kind of dream result like that, which, as you said, you never would have expected.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people showing passion. So big up to everyone who subscribed. I don't know how many of them are Spurs fans, Demo. Let's hope Spurs can do something like that this year, eh?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, look, you are an honorary Irishman, Tequila. You know that. I've made you an honorary Irishman, so you're a part of the tribe.
I am a football fan, and I know, Dermo, you don't agree with me in this, because I know you don't. But I support all the home nations, even though I know you might. I do. So when
that was talked about today, actually, on Talk Sport.
I'm half Scottish, right? So the other year, when it was in the World Cup, when it was England versus Scotland, I had to kind of sit on the fence, because it's like, well, I'm kind of half and half. I'm more England because I've lived in England, so I took generally the England side. But after that match, I wanted Scotland to not get knocked out. I wasn't happy that they were pretty bad, actually. That World Cup, they were absolutely terrible. Actually, they were terrible. It's same for Wales
1-0 tonight, by the way.
Yeah, it's the same for Wales when they get there. And I've always had a soft spot for you guys. I've already told you how much I like the whole Damien Duff, Robbie Keane team, Stephen Carr that you guys had back in the day. I love that team. I thought that was great.
Now, Troy Parrott. Genuine question on Troy Parrott. 5 goals in 2 internationals. He's doing very well out in Holland with AZ Alkmaar. I think Tottenham made a big mistake selling Troy Parrott. I really do. Because I don't think Jose Mourinho gave him a chance. And if you got a manager who came in, I know, don't hate me for this, but like if you had a manager like Ange coming in, or you had the type of Pochettino to bring him through, I think you would have seen the best of Troy Parrott.
You say that, Dermo, but be honest, right? Try and take the Irish stuff out of it, right? I know it's hard. I get it. At the time, you probably weren't against him being gone.
Look,
at the time, none of us can predict the future. At the time, it didn't look like he was going to be anything. It didn't.
No, I agree. At the time, it didn't. I missed that. Look, I agree from an Irish point of view. I was disappointed, and he didn't. He played for Ireland a few times when he was at Tottenham, and he didn't really aspire, if you know what I mean. I think he was a late developer, of anything. you look at Evan Ferguson, who's I think has got much more talent than Troy Parrott. Evan Ferguson for me has been absolutely woeful.
He's dropped
Since
off the face of a cliff. Is that kid?
he
Don't know
has,
why.
and one thing I like about Troy Parrott is it did once Tottenham sold him, he went away and he reinvented himself. And you look at the likes of Harry Kane as well, Tequila. Harry Kane went around all these loans. Daniel Levy wanted to sell him to Leicester for I forget how much now. And look what happened to Harry Kane. So he wasn't Harry Kane at the time as well, wasn't this brilliant footballer that was going to set the world alight.
He didn't have. I'm going to slightly disagree with you. I'll agree with you 100% on the loans. When he went through his loan period, he wasn't setting the world alight. But in the under 21s, you remember this as I do, Dermot,
Yeah.
many years ago, he was being talked about. He was being talked about in the under 21s, Spurs under 21s. He was being talked about as his goal machine even then.
Yeah.
And then it didn't materialize for him when he went on loan. That 100% agree with you, and you're right. But he was being bigged up before the loans. So I think that there was always kind of a buzz about him.
Yeah.
With Troy Parrott, with all due respect, I don't think that buzz was ever there to anywhere near the same degree as Harry Kane. And it's not there for Scarlett. Lancashire, maybe he's got a bit more of it. I mean, we'll have to see with Lancashire. But I feel Parrott, as David has put in the chat, Parrott was kind of, when we let him go, he was kind of where Dane Scarlett is now. And where Lancashire probably is going to be in a year or two, unless he sets the world on fire as well. Which a lot of times it doesn't happen, Dermot. Sometimes it does, but but Harry Kane proved that you can't rule them out. Dane Scarlett, I think Dane Scarlett is not going to make it. Personally, I think maybe Championship might be the top range his level. That's just what I've seen. But you're right about Troy Parrott. But I got to reel you in here for so slightly. Just let me reel you in with a little rod. It is the Dutch league.
I know. Yeah, I get you.
And don't get me. He's done well at international level. I'm not saying he had a good couple of games. Of course, I'm not taking anything away from the kid. Not at all. I'm just saying that he probably, in order to get to that level again, to prove that he's really, really kind of like got himself together, he probably needs to go away from the Dutch league to one of the bigger leagues. Doesn't have to be the Premiership, but Italy or Spain, a slightly more competitive league, and then produce it there, and then I think we can have a conversation regarding if we were to let him go.
Yeah, Ali found this out today. He's the first Irish player to score a hat trick on foreign soil. Not even Robbie Keane did that.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Look, the Dutch league isn't. I don't watch a lot of Dutch football, to be fair. So it'd be fair to me to say if it's a good league or not. I would say it's a bit of a one-sided league because Ajax
reminds me a bit of. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna get hammered by this if there's any Dutch fans or Scottish fans. It reminds me a bit of the Scottish league. You've got the big boys, and Ajax and PSV. Maybe you can throw Feyenoord in there, and then a lot of the teams, with all due respect, are quite, not very high quality. But as you said, you can only play what's in front of you. I'm just saying, I think he needs probably a jump to top 3 or 4 league, maybe a Bundesliga would be a good shout for him.
I agree. I mean, we can get all excited now with Troy Parrott. Now, I agree. I think he needs to probably either go to another league or come back to the Premiership and really prove people wrong. Tottenham do have a sell-on clause for him, by the way. And if Tottenham wanted to buy him back as well, Tottenham have a 20%. They can get him at a 20% reduction than any other team because they've got a 20% sell-on clause.
I'll tell you what, I'd take him over Dane Scarlett, and I think I might take him over Richarlison as well. But that's how little I think of Richarlison.
Yeah, that's mad. There's Richarlison. Can't do jack shit.
I think he's one of the worst. I think he's one of the worst strikers we've had. For me.
He is. So. He is. And look, we've got the North London derby coming up the weekend. Tequila. He could be our main striker. We don't know about Solanke yet. We all think he's out. We're hearing rumors about Kulu coming back as well. We're hearing rumors about 1 or 2 players coming back. But if you look at what we've got up front on Sunday, I'm very fearful for that game, how we're going to how we're going to score goals on Sunday, because I can't see us if Kudus is not playing. We know Morani's out with his jaw. We know Xavi could be playing, but wherever Xavi's going to play, I don't know. Who's going to play on the left? You've probably got Odegaard on the left. You've got Brennan Johnson on the right. You've got Xavi in the middle and Richarlison up front. Yeah, I know you laugh, and I think you have
I
every
have to
reason
laugh
to laugh.
because there's such a lack of quality there, Demo, that it's just
There is, and look, I'm really look. You know me, I never back my team to lose. I'm very. Everyone probably be a bit sensible. You know me, never back the team to lose. We're going to win. We're going to smash them all. This. I'm fearful going into this North London derby on Sunday. I'm being honest with you. I'm actually in my score prediction. Don't fall over, but I may predict a loss. By the way.
Well, that would be a first. But what I will say to you is this, right? This is where we find ourselves, and it's going to be this way at least till January. And I'm not even convinced we're going to do much in January, right? So I think this could be it for the season. We're just going to have to accept that the majority of our goals this year, they're going to come from set pieces, a wonder goal from Van der Ven, right? Or Paulinho, who also seems to be getting a couple, right? Scoring from deep, right? So our goals are not going to come from our forward line, any of them. If we accept that, as silly as it sounds, it's like, well, then that's silly. It is silly, but this is the position we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible for us to score, but it's going to have to be a set piece, probably our most likely, or a kind of, or a scrambling kind of goal. And then, like I say, Paulinho might come up with something, or Van der Ven does something amazing. Now, it's silly that we're relying on a defender to score us our goals, but we can only go on what we've seen so far this year.
Yeah, and
right. So, but it's not impossible for us to score. It's just it's not going to come from our forward line, don't we? So
no, it's not, and it's worrying. It is, and this is where look, we're going to go through the transfer rumors in a minute, guys, as well. So we will crack on with that. But we do have a little bit of news to get through. Tequila, Tottenham news. I know you love these sort of these announcements. I know to get your water going. You know, you're there.
I love the corporate spiel, there, mate. You're right.
Oh, you do. That really gets your motor going. You're like you see that and you feel like you're a Ferrari.
My BS alarm is all charged and ready to go.
Yeah, right. Tottenham Hotspur have extended the partnership with Coca-Cola. It goes on to say, we are delighted to announce a renewal of our partnership.
Demo, I prefer Pepsi, so they're onto the negative of me because I prefer Pepsi.
Right. We're announcing a renewal of our partnership with Coca-Cola through the end of the 27-28 football season. The partnership will make Coca-Cola the official soft drinks partner of both our men's and women's team. Yeah. That's big news, isn't it? Big news to break today.
You ever seen what happens to if you seen that documentary or something like that when they show what happens if you leave a pair of teeth in a cup of Coca-Cola and what happens to it? Don't drink Coca-Cola, guys. Sorry, Spurs. I don't mean to take money from you, but very bad.
Oh God, that David's spot on it. You know, Coca-Cola is worth for your health than actually watching Spurs.
Yes, probably so. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
well, I prefer Coca-Cola than Pepsi myself. These are the Spurs players who have qualified for the 2026 World Cup. We know Romero has qualified. We know that Xavi and Van der Ven have qualified. Bentancur's qualified Uruguay. We know that Kudus and Kulu have qualified with Ghana and France respectively. Paulinho, who didn't play against us, actually, he was on unused substitute against Ireland, qualified with Portugal, who they did beat Armenia 9-1 in their game without Ronaldo. So that sort of tells me Portugal do not need Ronaldo. And then Papa Sarr's qualified for Senegal. Richie is qualified with Brazil. I don't know. Do you know people in Brazil think he's shit, Tequila? So you're not the only one, by the way.
I just think it must be. If you're a Brazilian football fan, I'd love to know if there's any ever in the chat. I don't think we've had one, but if there is, just to see what the actual thought is. But if you are following the Brazilian national team, you must be so depressed that you've gone from the great original Ronaldo and players of that ilk to Richarlison. I mean, how depressing would you feel, Dermo, if you'd gone from Ronaldo to Richarlison as
You'd be
your
depressed,
number.
wouldn't you? You think we've got
Well,
bad problems?
Well, you'd be
Brazil are
thinking,
worse.
you'd be thinking, what's happened to my country? Are we not producing? Right? Is that is there a massive culture shift over there in Brazil where you've seen all the videos I have, Demo, when in, like the shanty towns and stuff like that, and you got all the kids playing on the streets, and that's what they do. Does that not happen anymore? They all playing video games, and then Richarlison is the best they've got now.
Well, do you know that Brentford striker Thiago? They won't even pick him because they think Brentford's a small club, and he's better than
Richarlison. So yeah.
We've got Lucas qualified for Croatia. Jed Spence, of course, has qualified for England. James Madison, and Solanke. They are England internationals, but we're being injured, so I didn't think I'll put them in to this PDF. We've got Yak as well, who's playing at QPR, I think. Is it QPR he's on loan? Or is it Peterborough? Maybe someone let me in the chat.
The Korean lad?
Yeah. He's qualified.
QPR, isn't it? Was that last year?
I think that might be last year. I think it might be Peterborough off the top of my head. He's qualified with Korea Republic, and then Nations can qualify. Tonight's the last round of qualifications before the playoffs. Poro will probably qualify with Spain, and Danso will qualify with Austria. So, big up to them players who have qualified through the World Cup. Now, some transfer news as well. Big up to Colin as well. I'm better than Richie, and I don't play outfield. Look, Colin, you're he's the football, but he's the one that's played to a higher level than us, Tequila, to be fair.
Look at Com's new picture. Look at his little picture there. Very nice.
Yeah, but it is very nice. I mean, he's the footballer. He's played at a semi-pro level. So you tell me, Colin. How bad is there many strikers in the Premier League? Can you name me one striker in the Premier League, right, that is worth their salt? I don't think you could probably name 5. I don't think anyone, and you in the chat as well, the kids were, can you name me 5 strikers you think that are worth what? Is Isaac worth the money that Liverpool paid for him? No.
You mean transfer fee, not wages? You just
transfer fee. So you look at him. You look at Thiago. I think who's a better striker than Richie is. To be fair,
I think the one that was mainly because City got such a good deal with it. Haaland was like 56 million, which is kind of crazy. He's worth that.
Haaland's on another planet.
They got such a good deal for him as well. So they got him more or less on the cheap because he was worth more than that before he signed him. So God knows what he's worth now. So he's definitely one. Isaac, probably for that money, no. But I think if it would have been Tottenham going in for Isaac, we all would have wanted him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course we would.
But they probably did pay a bit too much. Probably, well, you said maybe 80 million would have been a fair price. That sounds.
I would say
look how crazy that sounds. 80 million. Yeah, but there we are.
It is. Well, just big up Colin, 24 months. The man who helped with the rebrand, who I owe so much credit to. I really do. This man worked so tirelessly behind the scenes when he was part of the channel. I couldn't, and I said to him, I miss him for doing tech work for me because I am so lost sometimes with stuff. I get overwhelmed by it sometimes. But Colin, you're an absolute genius, man. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. And I'm 24 months of loyalty. It means so much to me. So it means so much to all of us. Thank you so much. But Tequila, do you want to say anything, Tequila? Because you did put a comment in there. I want to get to
I can't give Com compliments. The words just won't come out of my mouth. He knows I'm joking.
24 months, though. That's loyalty.
Yeah, like I say, his picture looks like an album cover. Big up, mate.
Yeah. I was looking at the membership. Do you know Colin and Wayne on the longer service? Wayne's at 31 months at the moment. Wayne Bonner.
Now we've got some little guys who watch us, dude.
Yeah.
Like Colin, like Wayne, and you guys can be loyal too if you pick up your membership and subs. See what I did there?
Yeah, you're very good. Very good. I like that.
Join the Colin and the Wayne Bonners, the true legends.
Yeah.
Become a legend yourself.
Yeah, become a legend yourself. I'm trying to look for my banners and I can't find them because I want to do that. See, there you go. Even AI is telling you to join us. But yeah, big up, Colin. Thank you so much. It really means a hell of a lot to us all. I don't know what that means.
TPK coming your way, Tech. TPK, what does that stand for? That might be a D&D thing. I'll have to check with him later.
Yeah,
basically, it means he's probably going to kill me. But that's it. Not in real life, guys. Not in real life.
No, I'm already dead already. I took my sacrifice.
Head was chopped off.
Head was chopped off.
Yep,
that's all right.
we'll get revenge. We'll get revenge. Huh?
Yeah, I know. He says Haaland and Welbeck. Welbeck's another good shout as well, by the way.
Yeah. They didn't pay that much for him, did they?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. That Brazilian for Richarlison is crap. That's so true. We are Spurs TV, Tequila. I'm waiting for the new Twisted Metal episodes.
Yes, I haven't seen them myself. They're based on a very old video game called Twisted Metal. It's a good. I can't remember what streaming platform they're on. Are they even? I don't even know if they're on. Are they even on over here? I know they're in America. I'm not sure, mate. But I know of them. Yeah, but I haven't seen them myself. I guess they must have done okay, demo. If they're getting a different, if they're getting a second season, then they must have done all right.
Yeah, must be doing. Well, let's go through some of these rumors. That's all they are. I haven't heard anything from my sources yet, so I'm still waiting for Peacock.
Sorry.
Yeah, still waiting for a massive update from him. I know he will give it to me when he's ready. Al Ittihad have insisted that star forward Ivan Toney is not available for a move in January. The striker has been linked with several Premier League clubs, including Tottenham, Everton. Ivan Toney, look, he has worked with Thomas Frank before, Tequila. Look, for me, I can't see this happening anyway, so I'm not really surprised by this. Would this be more of a summer move than a January move? And is my mic coming through okay, by the way?
Yeah, you're coming through fine. I don't want him in the summer. I'll take him in January. I don't want him in the summer. Not for me.
Why? Why not?
Too old. He's not old. He's not old. I'm not, and I'm not saying it, but he's at that. Okay, well, there's a couple of stumbling blocks anyway. One is the wages.
Yeah.
Is he willing to drop the crazy wages? I'd say probably not. So that means that he'll be asking for more. And even though our mate Danny might not be in charge, just because Danny's not in charge, and I want them to loosen the purse strings a bit. That doesn't mean I think that Ivan Toney should be anywhere near worth the money that this man is currently getting.
Yeah. No,
I think that's a massive stumbling. It's like he's one of the highest paid players in the world, I think. And it's just like, mate, there's no way that you should be anywhere near that. It's only because you're in the Saudi league. There's no way he's at that level. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but if it's anything like 500k, Dermot, that's insanity.
Yeah, he is on 5. I think he is on 500k. I think he is on that, something like that.
That's insanity.
I agree with you with January for a 6-month loan. But he can come back to the UK, I think, because of tax purposes as well. So that where I think it was stupid to go there in the first place. It was all to do with money in the first place. It was either him or Solanke. Do you remember there was that debate, either him or Solanke?
I think I would have preferred him to Solanke. But I remember before that summer demo, me and you were talking about this, and me and you both questioned his attitude.
Yeah, we did. We did. But I think we were growing desperate since then.
Yeah, but he's still not got a particularly. I don't think he's got a particularly great attitude. I do think he's gone there for the money, which fair play to him. It is a short career, but you can say that he's kind of sacrificed his football integrity for money, which is his decision. I mean, like I say, I get it, right? I do get it. It's crazy amounts of money, but
I get it. It's a short career. I get football is the short career. I get that, but when does morals sort of come into it, Tequila?
Well, you got to ask yourself, right? Why would he want to come back to Spurs? Right. With all due respect, we're probably not going to win the league anytime soon. No. So you're relying on cups, which is very much a lottery. It's very much a lottery, and we haven't got a history of winning cups every year. Far from it, Dermot. Let's be honest. So what's he coming back for? To get into the England squad? That would be your answer. That's the only reason, right? Do you think he cares that much?
No.
So
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. It's funny, really, for me because, for me, Ivan Toney he's a very good striker, but I think if you're going to let money lead you, if you're taking money over trophies, then I don't want you at my football club, because for me, it should be all about trophies over money. That's me. That's just how I am. You look at the likes of other strikers that have stayed with clubs, and they've been tempted with the big money move to Saudi Arabia. They haven't gone. Do you think the likes of Teddy Sheringham, Ian Wright of the years gone by, would they have gone? No, they wouldn't have done.
Well, Teddy Sheringham was playing at a high level his whole career. Was his last club West Ham? Is that where he ended up?
Yeah. I mean, West Ham isn't very high.
I was about to make a little comment. I said, "Well, I'll take that back then," because he went to West Ham at the end.
I mean, they're still playing with bubbles and Barney the dinosaur, to be fair. So any men that go to a football match, I swear to God, Tequila, and they start playing with their bubbles, I mean, they're not football fans. For a better go away and say this to this lady before I get myself into trouble. Big up to Elspur1. Hi, I'm a friend from Chang. Big up to you, Chang. A lovely fella I've got to know. We are Spurs TV. He's been on this channel once or twice, and she says, I'm watching you on my phone from Chicago to Detroit. So technically we're in the air. We're technically in the air. We're in the Mile High Club. That's where we are.
Oh, she lives in Detroit then. Big up.
Big up. So at the moment, she's flying from one state to another, and she's listening to us. I mean, what more do you want? You know, we're the best in-flight entertainment you can get.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that. That's a vote of confidence. Oh, I love that. We're the best in-flight entertainment. Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway,
I'm not sure. I could say stuff like, "Is Netflix not working there, man?" Stuff like that. Bless her. No.
Don't. We need the subscribers.
We appreciate it. By all means, you know. We might get Wi-Fi in the air like that. But no, fair play.
Big up to you. Big up to you. So, great to see you in. I've seen your other chats. It is great to see you. You are very welcome. And I hope you're having a nice flight. And hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for all future shows. We've got some bangers coming out this week. Right. We're going to move on to Antonio Simeone. I need to be off soon because I need to go and eat a Richardy grub in a minute. At 9. Right, Antonio Simeone has a 65 million release clause in its Bournemouth contract. Could interest a lot of Premier clubs, including Tottenham. Ben Jacobs did put something out about this earlier. I haven't fully read the Ben Jacobs quote yet, but it's the sort of move that would prove to you, if say we got him in January, right, for 65 million. Would that prove to you that the Lewis family are serious about making Tottenham great again? I don't know why I just said that. I apologize. Would he be a player that would answer us? Would he sort out our left side of midfield?
He'd improve us. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, then again, you know, a lot of players would improve. It's like you're not setting a high bar. You're saying to me, could we, you know, a player who can improve our? Okay, well, there's loads of players who can improve our current left, because our left wing is borderline championship level demo. It is.
It is.
So there's tons of players, but is he the one you'd want now? That's what I mean. Would you want him?
Well, I do. Think of this, right? Think you've got Kudus on the right, Simeone on the left, Xavi in the middle, Colo up front. Would you be excited by that front four?
Well, yeah, it's certainly, like I say, it's certainly a massive upgrade, but it's like the fee is. I'm not saying it's really, really too high. I'm asking you, Dermo, what value do you put on him? Is he worth 65 million?
I think he is worth
He's a good
65 million.
player. I'm not saying he's not a good player. It's just like, if he's going to be our main signing, would you rather that not go on the striker?
I think you pay 20 million for Vlahovic with 6 months left in his contract, and you buy Simeone for 65. What are you looking at? 85 million spent in January, and you get yourself a striker and a left winger. But we know Manchester United are after him. We know other clubs are after him. I mean, Column's already saying you've got more chance of me becoming a Spurs fan than Simeone.
He's already a Spurs fan. He's just in denial.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's a full-blooded Doncaster Rovers fan. That is for sure. Do you know what? I got offered the job for Doncaster Rovers in my EA Sports game, by the way. I didn't take it. I stayed.
It's not.
I get his point.
It's not 9 o'clock, Dermo, so I can't give you my rant on that game because I have lost my SHIT on that game.
Yeah, I am going to do a pre-record on that, by the way. But I do agree with Colin. There is a lot of bigger clubs after him, and 65 million for me is a snip compared to what he might go into in the summer. Now, I don't know if this is only activated for January or this is activated again in the summer. Harry Kane, apparently Barcelona are after Harry Kane for 50-odd million euro to take over from their number 9. I would say, Liverpool as well. And that's the problem. But do Liverpool have to sell?
If that's true, then we got no chance. I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
If that's true, Com, then.
But do Liverpool have to sell before they can buy again, Colin? Or do Liverpool have enough wiggle room in BSR to actually sanction this deal? Do they have to sell? Or I don't know where. I think Man United have a big shout at getting them, because if you think about it, right, you got Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool.
David also brings up a good point as well. He's right.
Yeah.
If Richarlison is worth 60 million, but we know that he's not.
Yeah.
And Solanke's worth 65 million again, which we know that he's not. Then he's worth. And looking at it from that point, David,
he's right.
You're correct. You're correct. But the argument would be, well, we already overpaid for those two players because they weren't worth those two figures you said either.
Yeah. I mean, I would love them to come to Tottenham. Don't get me wrong. It'd be a great for me, for the Lewis family, to set a marker down. Right, here we go.
As long as it's not this. My argument is, Dermo, that's fine. Well, number one, Frank has to want them, right? I'm not this club signing stuff. I detest with a passion.
No,
right? If Frank wants him, then that is good enough for me. Firstly,
yeah.
If he thinks that's more important than getting a striker, he knows the team better than me. I'll go with what he wants. But from an outsider, as in like I'm not obviously in the changing room, I think the striker's a bit more of a need, ever so slightly, than the left, only because we're that bad than the left wing. But if at the cost of a striker, I wouldn't go for it. But if Frank thinks we can get by with Richarlison and Solanke this season, I have my doubts of that. But if he believes that, then by all means do it.
Yeah, I do agree with David. He is a fantastic talent. Yes, wherever he does line up, he's gonna really enhance any team he ends up at. And also with the Vlahovic for 20 million as well, I think that's a no-brainer either. That he's got 6 months on his contract, 20 million. That's a no-brainer. Either pay the 20 million or get him in on the 6 months with a view of signing him on a pre-contract in the summer, or you just pay the 20 million and get it over and done with. I mean, for Vlahovic's talent and his ability as a striker, I know he hasn't done well at Juventus in Italy, but every striker does go through bad patches. I know that's interesting. If Colin was saying stay away from Vlahovic, that's interesting. Because
I'd ask Com, we badly need a striker.
Yeah.
Who then?
See, would you have taken a Højlund if he was available? Rasmus Højlund at Man United.
I would have. I would have, but I know Com's reaction and some of the other United fans like Revel and Com, who we kind of talk to, none of them rate him. So there's a reason for that.
On the same page on that. You and me both said we'd take him. Do you know what? I think there's a string there. I think I think you mean need to do a show, Tequila, on our strike. Who do we get as a striker? And we need to come up with 5 strikers each.
5? Lucky if I can find 2, Dermo. Who are the 5? I think the 2 we're talking about is the 2 Common just put in the chat. It's like, yeah, those 2 are the 2. Who else then? There isn't.
Carl says you go for Tony on loan. I mean, if it was a loan to the summer, would you take that as a stopgap? But who do you then go for in the summer?
I don't know.
That's the. I just feel by going for a loan. I don't know if Colin agree with this or the chat. Or you agree with this, guys, or you, Tequila, agree with it that we're sort of kicking it down the road. Do you know what I mean? But if we go for a loan for Tony, we're sort of kicking this, getting a striker in down the road. We're only trying to put a plaster over a massive crack, and I think we've really seriously got to look at where we go, because I feel, and I think you will agree with this, Tequila, that it's been years and years of mismanagement and mistransfers within the squad, and I think we're paying for it now. And this is the legacy of Daniel Levy.
They had right. So Levy knew back when Harry wanted to go to City, right? So 2 years before he actually left. Levy knew that he probably long term couldn't keep Harry, right? So what Levy should have done, if he had any foresight, and the man doesn't, he might have had foresight when it comes to building stadiums, by all means. But on the football pitch, got no foresight. He should have thought to himself, okay, we need to heavily start scouting now, because we need to come up with Harry Kane's replacement. Because we know that even if we don't sell him this year, he probably ain't going to sign a contract. So we're going to have to flog him. They're not idiots, right? Levy's not an idiot. So he must have known this. So why were there not succession plans put into place to find, you're not going to get the next Harry Kane, but a player, the closest we can get, right? Who do we... so was that Richarlison then? I'm asking you. Was that the plan, do you think? Richarlison is going to be the Harry Kane successor. We'll get him in a year or 2 early, blood him in, and he's going to... And then he's going to be the one to take over from Harry Kane. If that was the thought, then oh my God.
Yeah, I know. It's look. For me, I think Solanke and Richarlison was a waste of money. Brennan Johnson was a waste of money. So you what have you lost there? You've lost nearly 200 million on 3 waste of money players. And look, and I give Brennan Johnson all the time in the world. I backed him all the way, Tequila. This season for me, he doesn't care. He pulls on that shirt. I'll just have to do a bit to get paid. And I said it before, and I say it again. You see him in the James Madison documentary. He doesn't give a shit. He's there laughing and joking like there's nothing to it. And he goes missing. If he plays on Sunday, he's going to go missing. We'll be playing with 10 men. If Richarlison played, we might as well play with 9 men, because you're 2 men out already. Because the 2 useless article going to start for the game. Right, just very quickly on this one. Column says go for Adi Amar. Adi?
Isn't he if it's a player I think you're talking about, the dude from Dortmund, I think that's where he plays. Isn't he a winger? He's not a forward though. He's a winger, isn't he?
Aren't strikers wingers anyway these days?
Yeah, but he's not a traditional. I mean, I guess it depends what you want from your number. I guess it depends what you want from your number 9.
Just bring back Troy Parrott.
Yeah, Dortmund. So it is the Carl's. Yeah, it is the dude in Dortmund. He's a winger, dude. He's not a forward though, is he? Am I wrong? Tell me. I'm not that up on the Bundesliga.
I think he's a winger striker, but let's bring back Troy Parrott. He can get us goals. He's done it for Ireland, can do it for Tottenham. Go on, bring back the Parrott. He can play. You see, strikers these days, Tequila, are not just strikers. They can play anywhere in the front 3, which I think is a new type striker. I think the strikers of Harry Kane are, long gone, to be fair.
I think, I don't know if you agree with this or not, Dermo, and I guess it's all about interpretation, but he's a forward player, what's common saying, but in my mind, maybe this is my FIFA brain thinking, I think of a forward, I don't think as a forward as a striker, even though they are. I consider it slightly different. Like, he's a forward, in the same way maybe Kudus is a forward, but
I get it.
I don't. If we're playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, can he play the one by himself? I'm not. It doesn't. Can he? I don't.
I
That wouldn't be my first choice to put.
Yeah.
That kind of player there, but I could be wrong. Like I say, I'm not that up on the Bundesliga.
I'm going to look into him. I love Van Ness. Look, I want a striker who can be a striker. I don't want a forward that can play left to right. I want
Well,
a number 9.
that's what I mean. And I always thought he was a forward, wing or forward, more than an actual striker. But
Tottenham are set for a huge Manor Solomon decision with Premier League club clean on January. I think that's Leeds, where he could end up very quickly because I have to jump off. I would sell him. Yeah. If he wants to go, let him go. Would you, Tequila?
Considering that we got him for free, any money is profit. And you know what? I've got a bit of time for the lad because it's not his fault, and I'm not going to get into the politics of it. He can't help where he comes from, right?
No, I agree.
I just think, unfortunately for him, and it's blatantly unfair on the lad. It's not his fault. It's just the wrong time, Dermo.
It is.
Bless him. It's not his fault.
No.
That's all I'll say.
No, I totally agree. Michael Oliver is the last bit now. Michael Oliver is the referee for the North London Derby. And Stuart Atwood is on VAR, so we're totally fucked. You know, that we're totally fucked. That's it.
Com to say, replying to my comment,
yeah,
he's right. The traditional striker is almost a little bit antiquated now, so maybe this is my antiquated mind still.
Do you think Harry Kane was the last traditional number 9?
No, I think something. I think like Erling Haaland is still what I would call number 9 because as an overall footballer, he's probably not the best in the world, but as a striker and just somebody who's scoring goals, there's not many better. So that in my mind is what I think. When I think of a striker, I think of like Haaland. But Com's right. Com's right. Most of them aren't like that anymore. Most of them are forwards more than the traditional number 9. He's right. He's right.
You look at Colo. He can play in the left. He can play up front. He can play in the 10 row. You look at Brendan Johnson. He just even Kane because of Kane's pass. Yeah. Even though Kane because of his passing ability and his ability to create for others, you can say that even he was not really a traditional number 9 because he was dropping deeper probably than, in my mind, a number 9 normally would. Because I mean, part of that is because when we had Kane, let's be honest, we had virtually no creativity, so he had to do it. But that was part of Kane's game that he was very good at. He was more than just a finisher, as you know. Yeah. Look, guys, that is it. Again, thank you so much for Sunday. I'm really, as I said, Tequila, I'm totally overwhelmed and can't get it through my head how people enjoy watching me do a bloody watch along. I mean, I'm only a short, fat Irishman who talks shite.
Just accept it, Dermo, and take the praise. Enjoy the night. Enjoy the moment for what it was. Don't overanalyze it. It was a big night for Ireland, and you got a lot of probably Irish fans subbing as well. They should have because it was a massive night for you guys. So don't overanalyze it.
I know, and we've got a big game on Sunday. How I would love Ireland to win and us to beat Arsenal at Highbury at the Emirates. God, that would be a double whammy.
You say Highbury, bless you.
Yeah, it used to be played at Highbury. Yeah. Right, I really do need to jump off because I've got a program to watch from Mrs. Tron, and I can't miss it. So big up to Carl as well. Great show, gents. Thank you so much, Carl.
Cheers,
Colin is saying, Addy, I'm going to call him Addy. Sorry.
Addy Emmy.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Addy. As a centre forward, played 130, scored 7 as a winger. There you go. And he scored 67.
Yeah, so he's so you know that's pretty good stats. So maybe you could do a job by himself up there.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check on Scotland scores. I don't know if anyone. I know Wales are winning 3-1. I know Scotland will 1-0 up. So let's hope all home nations qualify for the World Cup. Do you know what? He might be a shout. I'm going to do my tomorrow.
He's a good player. I don't know if I see him as a centre forward, but maybe I'm wrong.
I may do a pre-record on him, Tequila. I may do my research on him and do a slight 10-minute pre-record on him.
The thing is, though, Dermo, he is quite highly rated, so I don't. Yeah. We won't have a free run at him. Let's put it that way. So we'll have to be also a competition to.
And to be fair, we'll end up in the autographs with Elspeth. Man Solomon could have. I think he would have done better than Timo, and I think he showed that, didn't he? His early quality, till he got injured. I think Thomas Frank, instead of selling him, I think we should use him. To be fair.
He's better than Timo, but then again, he wasn't.
Anyone.
Again, he's not. Yeah, it's exactly. It's like I can't argue with what you've been saying. I don't think Solomon is amazing or anything, but yeah, okay, he's better than Timo Werner. Okay, I can't argue these facts. It just our transfers, Demo. I can't help but giggle.
Apparently, you got a new job.
Big up Russell Martin getting a new job. Yep. He's going to take over Arsenal next and do a great job with them, just like he did Rangers.
Big up to us, but also USA play Uruguay tonight. Poch versus Balencia. Well, big up Poch. We're all behind. Tequila, where can people find you, bud?
You can find me obviously on here with Thermo when I can, and I've got a gaming channel called The Play Pouch, and there is actually a show tonight, not with me, but my friend Alan, who's one of the people on the show, is doing the next episode of South Park, The Stick of Truth. That's going to be after 9, so actually it's actually in a minute. Really, it should be at 10 because it's got some rude stuff in it. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so that's starting any minute on The Play Pouch. So please join us over there if you like South Park or if you like video games. Just a bunch of us 40-year-old nerds on com who will be there soon playing video games. And that will be tonight. And there is a podcast coming up. It was meant to be earlier on today, but my internet had issues again. Where we're going to be discussing the new Steam machine, if people don't know, which is a new console that half console, half PC. So there's a lot of controversy about that. I'm interested in that. I might end up picking that up if I can afford it. That's another thing. We'll have Martin, by the way. We'll have to see about the price. Russell Martin. Oh, has he gone Swansea? Oh, well.
And you think it was cancelled due to that are happening? Yeah, I had problems today. I thought my computer got hacked earlier today. The internet. Yeah, there was a big outage yesterday, and I think it's kind of filtering for. At least it has for me tonight, anyway. People were saying it's not. I think Com's already told me that he's okay. Oh, Alan's delayed. Oh, okay. So okay. I'm not sure what time then. Sorry, guys. This must be all be happening while I'm talking to you. But guys, that is it. That is tonight's show. We are back tomorrow, of course, at 8 with all your latest news, views, and didgeridoos. I'm off to watch I'm a Celebrity. And thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Get over to the Play Pouch. Hit that button. Right. See you later, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Just to be army.
Good night.